And he lives in the Hamptons in New York, and we found a little town not far from where he lives called Cedarhurst. And so we just paid. It was a big production. We're talking 80 people on the crew to make this TV ad. So
Wow.
when it's Seinfeld, it's not a green screen. It's an IMAX theatre-sized green screen. So everything's Rolls-Royce. And we're talking catering trucks, and we're talking makeup artists, and it was something that I had not experienced before. It was like a movie set. And we just rebuilt the building society in an empty shop in this little country town. And so he stood outside the empty shop and did stand-up. And, of course, the stand-up always resulted in getting home loan from the grader and getting a free holiday, And all the actors that we had would walk past him just not taking any notice. It was the Jerry Seinfeld in the main street of a little country town, and nobody gave a rat's. So it was quite funny. Yeah, and so that's what happened. We did that for 3 years, and it sent their home loans through the absolute roof. And as I said, if only I had asked for a percentage, I wouldn't have gone to Fiji. I would have bought it. I'm an idiot.
Yeah. No, I mean, when I first met you, that was how everyone would talk about you, the guy who got Seinfeld. And I mean, what has that lesson told you about leverage? Because you've leveraged the hell out of that.
Yeah. No, my mates who are, they own their own businesses, and they're concreters or builders or electricians or what have you. So none of them have ever worn a tie in their lives. And so they're rough and ready. They keep on saying to me, I can't use the language. I won't insult your audience, but they use the F word. When the F are you going to stop milking the daylights out of that Seinfeld thing? I said, never. I said, I sound like Seinfeld then. Never, of course. I said, if you pull off a coup like that, I'm not a one-trick wonder. I've done a hell of a lot of stuff outside of that. But I bet you if you spoke to Steven Spielberg, he's probably still talking about Jaws, even though he's done a lot of other movies since. So, yeah, of course I've milked the daylights. In fact, on the second year that I went back to do the lads, because I had to go back quite a bit, I said to Jerry, you don't have a website. And he didn't. He didn't have a website. And he said, so? And I said, mate, can you imagine the amount of money you could make on Seinfeld caps and polo shirts and T-shirts and this, that, and the other? And he had reading glasses on. He put them down at the edge of his nose, a bit like your headmaster would have at school when you've been naughty. And he said, JD, do I look like I need to sell any caps or T-shirts? Right? And I said, I'm sorry, I forgot, And because I had put him all over my website at that stage, because this was the second year of a 3-year stint, and he said to me, why would I need a website? He said, I've looked at yours. I'm on there more than you. I said, look, I'm sorry. I hope you don't mind me milking the shit out of this. But he said, no, if the roles are reversed, I'd do it as well.